Marissa. I understand you're interested in a position here, and I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. In what type of position or career are you interested?
Um, as far as where I want to end up, I'm keeping an open mind. I can't say that my end goal is set in stone, but I know to get my experience, I want to start on a med surg floor. And while I'm on the med surg floor, I want to go back to school and get my bachelor's degree. After I get my bachelor's degree, I want to enroll in a wound care program. Wounds have always been something that fascinates me. I find them very interesting. Even ostomies, I love looking at them. It's just something that has always sparked my interest, and I feel that I would do very well working with wounds. Possibly even working at a wound care center. I think I would enjoy that. Another option for me would be becoming a home care nurse. Now, that's not something that I would want to do long term, but I could definitely see myself doing home care for a little while. I think that's one good thing about nursing. There's a lot of opportunities. That's why I try to keep an open mind because I'm still seeing what all I'm interested in. I'm just getting started in the nursing field. So I'm very open to trying new things and seeing what I enjoy and what my specialty may be.
Wait a minute. What jobs have you had, and have you developed any skills that we can use here?
After I graduated high school, I worked at a daycare. I did a summer program. Also, at the same time, I started my job as a home health aide, and I've been doing that since June of 2014. I ended up leaving the daycare after the summer program was over because I had more opportunity at the home health care agency and I had more hours. And I started to realize how much I enjoyed taking care of the elderly. I went in not knowing if I was going to like it, and I did, and I'm really glad that I made that decision. And it just made me realize how passionate I am about taking care of the elderly. And I think this helped me prepare to be a nurse because it gave me experience in working in homes, in facilities. It gave me experience with hospice and palliative care. I think it also gave me experience with therapeutic communication and addressing the patient's needs and making them feel like their needs and their concerns are important.
Why did you choose nursing as your career?
That goes hand in hand with the job I have now. I realized how much I love taking care of people, and I realized I wanted to be able to do more for them. I wanted to learn more of the skilled needs. And I think also my mom has had a great influence on me because she has been a nurse for over 20 years. And growing up, I got to see the difference that she made in others' lives, and I got to hear all of her crazy, funny stories about being in nursing and just all that is involved in the nursing field. And I think her compassion for others, also seeing how passionate she was about her job, it it attracted me to the field.
What motivates you to put forth your greatest effort?
I think seeing the difference that I make in others' lives, even in home care, just the little things that you do that can have that can make such a difference in others' lives. and knowing that you may be the only person who steps forward and advocates for the patient. It also kind of goes with the golden rule, like treat others the way you want to be treated. That's my motivation, because I know when I'm 80 years old, I would want someone to take the best care of me. So that's my mentality when I go in there and I take care of the elderly. Because when I'm at that age, I know I would want someone to do the same thing for me. And although there may not always be a positive outcome, it is very rewarding when there is, and you see that difference that you made. Even a smile or a thank you, that is enough motivation for me to keep doing what I'm doing.
What are your strengths?
My strengths, I think I'm a very honest person. I'm strong in communicating with someone who is anxious and making them feel like they're important and their needs are a great concern. I also think my passion for helping others is one of my greatest strengths. I think I've always wanted to help people, even since I was a child. At 3 years old, I helped take care of my grandfather. I wanted to do any little possible thing I could do to help take care of my sick grandfather. And at 8 years old, I had already learned how to check a blood sugar because my grandmother was diabetic and she would have her episodes. She was supposed to be watching me, but it was a little bit of both going on because she would get very low blood sugars, like down to 16. And so I had to learn very quickly how to treat her low blood sugar and how to check her low blood sugar when no one else was around because she was my main babysitter. So for that to happen, I needed to know how to respond. And for a while, I didn't know that I wanted to be a nurse. I knew that I liked helping people. In high school, I thought I wanted to go into psychology, and it was my job that I have now as a home health aide that I realized that I do want to take the nursing path. And I think that's very cool because it almost seems like all along I was kind of destined to be a nurse, and it just took me that long to realize that's what I really want to do. Um, and it was my job that I have now that aided me to realize that.
What types of people seem to rub you the wrong way?
I would definitely say laziness, people not doing their job in the healthcare field and having no desire to help people. I think that is the number one most frustrating thing that I have to deal with. Um, Unfortunately, that's the way it is, and I have no control over it. I know that, but that is that is definitely something that has always rubbed me the wrong way.
What do you feel are the disadvantages of your chosen field?
Disadvantages, I think everyone would agree, having to work weekends and holidays, that's probably the worst thing about being in nursing. For everyone, family is important, and family time is something that many people um, want, and it can be very tough, especially around the holidays. But that's something that's part of the job, and already being in home health, I have had to work my share of weekends and my Christmases. So, of course, I know how it is, and I know that that will be my duty as a nurse. Just because it's a weekend or because it's Christmas doesn't mean people don't get sick. I understand that completely. But yes, I'd say that's definitely the number one disadvantage.